Mesdames et messieurs, bonsoir, bonjour à toutes et à tous et bienvenue à cette première conférence du Summer Game Fest. Mesdames et messieurs, le State of Unreal Engine, c'est parti. Et oui, vous inquiétez pas pour le petit truc en bas à droite, je sais pas ce que c'est ou d'où ça vient. Et ce n'est pas moi qui ai voulu ça. J'espère que ça ne va pas vous déranger. Bonsoir. Ah mais c'est le format du... Bizarre. Mais c'est du coup ouais, première conférence. State of Unreal. Première conférence de ce Summer Game Fest, mesdames et messieurs, je suis tout seul. Luan n'a pas pu être avec nous. On va baisser un petit peu le son. J'espère que vous allez bien, mesdames et messieurs. Pour ma part, ça va très très bien. La qualité est dégueulasse, c'est normal, nous sommes sur YouTube.
Sleep is he, the plowing plonker. Break me pearlies on this blasted pit-ridden tract.
The Witcher, ça.
With fear not dry road. Aye, the devil's after you. Just running from.
Ouais. Pour moi, c'est The Witcher, ça, 100%. Mais la qualité, par contre, c'est horrible. Joli plan. Ah, ça doit être beau en 4K. Hein. Nous, on a la version caca, par contre. « 100% c'est The Witcher. » Peut-être pas, hein, c'est juste démographique. Eh bien, pas du tout, c'est The Witcher. J'avais raison depuis le début. Waouh. Incroyable. Non mais remettez. Remettez le trailer caca, s'il vous plaît. Donc là du coup, si Project Red qui va parler. Merci tout le monde. Bienvenue à ce State of Unreal ici à Orlando. On est excité que vous soyez là.
First things first, I'm here with Sebastian and Kitek from CD Projekt Red. We have a lot to talk about. Hey guys.
Hey. Thank you, Wyatt. Thank you, Wyatt, and hello everyone.
Bonjour tout le monde.
We're stepping things up, and to do that, we needed the right partner. One that truly understands that great open world games are all about art and technology coming together.
Yeah, and look, our goals are completely aligned here. And around the launch of UE5,
donc leur objectif avec CD Projekt Red s'aligne complètement à ceux de Unreal Engine pour ce show, pour ce spectacle. C'est une opportunité qu'on ne pouvait pas laisser passer.
Born ready. Kitek is going to play the build for us.
Sure, let's do it.
Alors, le jeu. On a du gameplay. Oh purée.
This is a technological showcase set in the world of The Witcher 4.
Donc The Witcher 4, du coup, là, on a du gameplay.
And are going to see now is running on a standard PlayStation 5 at 60 FPS with ray tracing.
Donc ça tourne sur une PS5 standard à 60 FPS avec du ray tracing. Évidemment, on fera The Witcher 4 à sa sortie sur PS5.
Right now, Ciri is investigating a monster, and after gathering new clues, she is heading back to a nearby village. Alright, everyone, meet Kelpie.
Let weeds be weeds, Kelpie.
So just like Geralt had Roach, Ciri has her own loyal companion.
We return to town.
These two characters need to feel like one. Since you're gonna explore the world on horseback, riding needs to feel seamless, natural,
so
and
Ciri
just
and
fun.
Kelpie, they're perfectly... Yeah, and to support that, we're introducing multi-character motion matching in Unreal. So Ciri and Kelpie, they're perfectly synchronized when mounting from any angle.
Bon, que ce soit sur YouTube ou Twitch, la qualité c'est de la merde. Donc on va rester sur YouTube.
So controlling her feels realistic and grounded.
Okay, non. Je vais vous mettre le lien. Hop là, pardon.
So you've got realistic muscles moving and stretching under Kelpie's skin without compromising the performance there.
Donc là, on voit hein, les poils de testicules de chevaux seront pris en compte. C'est comme Red Dead.
So let's leave Ciri behind for a second and talk about the world itself. So much of the Witcher world is natural, organic, especially Kovir with its dense forest and wild nature.
Yeah, and wild nature is hard. And with nanite geometry, we've freed artists from so many of their old...
Hop là. Donc là, c'est normal si vous voyez rien. Oui, non, là, c'est...
In order to achieve gorgeous foliage density everywhere, while still being memory efficient, fast to render, we believe that
bon, en tout cas, il n'y a plus la barre en bas.
So instead of the same card
Mais c'est normal que le feu il soit aussi dégueulasse.
Artists should be free to take a nanite approach to foliage.
Alors que j'ai Luan à côté qui me spam de MP, vraiment, c'est... Luan, s'il te plaît, 7 MP. Ah non.
And in their place, it's a new adaptive voxel representation in nanite. It's volumetric, it's fully 3D, it is super fast to render. And these dense clusters of triangles turn into these cubes, which at a distance, they're no larger than a pixel.
C'est incroyable ce The Witcher 4 là. Cette présentation technique.
To render whatever amount of foliage is needed to achieve their vision without compromise.
And no compromise means how ambitious we are when it comes to bringing our vision to life with incredible visuals. But more than that, together with Epic, we created faster way to load the world. We can now bring in more content more quickly for the smoothest possible experience as we fly down to catch up with Ciri.
Welcome to Valdrest.
So Valdrest is a port town, a hub for fishing, trade, and mining. More quickly for this. One of those places where you can meet shady characters fly down or catch up with Ciri. It's also where Ciri took on her current contract. High-tech, let's leave Kelpie here and explore the marketplace.
Hop là. Voilà. Excusez-moi. On va y arriver, mesdames et messieurs, on va y arriver.
So Valdrest is a port town, a hub for fishing, trade, and mining. It's one of those places where you can meet shady characters or overhear gossip from other lands. It's also where Ciri took on her current contract. High-tech, let's leave Kelpie here and explore the marketplace and food. I'm so excited we can finally show you some of this stuff. Let's see what Valdrest has to offer.
Not her again.
Le ours. Ah, c'est comme ça qu'on fait en Russie. Ça fait très Europe de l'Est. LOL, c'est pas... C'est vrai que si Project Red c'est des Polonais, c'est Europe de l'Est.
Guys, notice how responsive the world is. Character actions directly affect what happens around you, sometimes even setting off chain reactions. Everything is working together.
J'étais en train de me dire, est-ce que le joystick droit c'est pour changer la caméra? Mais oui, Descloud, tu joues à des jeux vidéo depuis que t'es né. T'as toujours eu des joysticks dans la main. Comment tu sais pas ça, Descloud?
Okay, so this is the guy who gave the series quest his own. Like you probably suspect, he has his own agenda in all of this.
You're off your tits again, Wilfred. Get your ass up.
A typical day's toil.
Who in? Ah, with Churess. What news of my wagons? No eternity is taking that damn salt to arrive.
I found them. And, well, suffice to say, they'll not reach you. As for the salt, I found not one speck.
C'est beau, putain, c'est beau. Oh là là.
Now. Kavir's smuggling trade is of no concern to me.
Shush, shush, shush.
The manticore that flattened your cart and devoured your men? Quite the opposite.
Manticore? No, them winged hellspawn dwell in the arse end of Creighton.
While Siri decides what to do about that merchant, let's take a look at the character technology that powers this marketplace. Why don't we listen in on these fishmongers? They're selling their wares, chatting up customers.
Regardez le layer de ces poissons. À quel point on a réussi à vendre notre cul pour l'avoir.
And there is tons of tech at play here, even in a simple market stall. Metahuman tools, improved Unreal smart objects, chaos cloth, and more.
J'adore son chapeau à celui à gauche.
All of this exists to make sure that the gap in quality between Siri and NPCs is as small as possible.
Yeah, and closing that gap, it's not just about fidelity, right, but also authenticity. They should react to changes in the world around them.
But the prisoner in Pillory isn't exciting enough for Valdrest.
Et ça pourra
Let's
changer
grab
en
everyone's
fonction du
attention
temps.
with the circus.
Ça c'est bien ça. Ça rajoute de la vie à la ville et tout. C'est cool.
But the great performance deserves a huge crowd though. Let's crank it up.
Ah c'est bien
So
fait.
you are seeing tons of optimizations here to many of Unreal systems, including an entirely new Unreal animation framework, allowing us to fit easily in our 60 FPS budget, not just in rendering, but also with room to spare on the game thread. Over 300 animated skeletal mesh agents, all going about their business.
En gros, il y a plus de 300 squelettes animés qui sont en train de faire leurs propres animations. Et le tout pour rendre un résultat à 60 FPS.
You are right. And that's the open world RPG that we are making. But before we wrap up, how about one final check-in with Siri? We are making this game to be the most immersive and ambitious open world Witcher game ever. And we are
Ils veulent faire en sorte à ce que le jeu ce soit le plus immersif de l'histoire des RPG The Witcher.
I think what we are doing together is going to bring in a new generation of open world RPGs.
J'aime beaucoup les falaises rouges comme ça, c'est incroyable. Enfin, j'aime bien, ça donne vraiment un style différent. Plutôt que juste voir des forêts simples.
A first look at Lanexeter.
Waouh! Incroyable. Remets une date, quelque chose.
Thanks, guys. Seriously, it looks amazing.
Ah oui, ça a l'air incroyable.
We also barely scratched the surface of what's coming in Unreal 5.6. So, here's Julien to tell you even more. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Ah. Là, on va savoir autre chose. Oups, oups, oups. À propos de l'Unreal Engine 5.6. Le futur. Ah, il y a des bobos qui font... Bobos. Julien Marchand, Senior Director Framework Engineering.
Great to be here in Orlando. I spent a lot of time on this demo, so I'm happy to be the one to talk about what went into the 5.6 release. An open world like that was just the perfect content to focus on our main goal for the release, which was performance. We want the engine to scale to large and rich worlds.
Ma PS5 va surchauffer,
we
c'est
want to
horrible.
preserve graphics quality, and of course, we want to deliver high frame rates that you and your players expect. So let's check it out.
Donc ils veulent faire en sorte à ce que le framerate soit bien, etc. Ils accentuent beaucoup sur ça. Les nanites.
It supported static geometry. Last year, we brought skinning to Nanite. And now, we're working on Nanite foliage. The only way to have a forest that looks as good as this one is to use 3D geometry for all parts of the trees, just like we do for everything else. However, this is a crazy amount of fine geometry. So we had to rethink how trees are created and displayed. To create them, we developed nanite assemblies. These 28 little parts that you see are all that we use to build all the spruces from the forest. They are instanced thousands of times and used like building blocks to assemble trees in different ways. And as you probably noticed with the wind effect,
donc là, c'est tous les polygones qu'ils ont utilisés pour donner ce rendu.
Thanks to assembly, we greatly reduce the storage, the runtime memory, and the rendering cost. Then, to display an entire forest, the challenge was to preserve fidelity and performance from any distance.
Donc là, le challenge qu'il fallait faire, c'était de rendre cette forêt visible et en fait on y croit, etc. Peu importe la distance.
But this triangle representation is not the most efficient when far away, due to the amount of overlapping. And that's why
le jeu à sa sortie fera 290 gigas. Ce qu'on vient de m'apprendre à l'oreille. Je rigole, je rigole. Donc là voilà, c'est ça la technologie en question. Non, la render distance, tout ça.
We are moving it to the mainline as we speak, and it will be available for everyone in 5.7. Another thing I would like to share is that ray tracing and Lumen now run more than twice as fast, with no visual trade-off compared to when UE5 was released. And because of that, we can now hit 60 FPS on consoles. And finally, we rewrote the rendering pipeline to run asynchronously so you can increase the richness of your scenes even more. Now let's talk about chaos physics.
La physique chaos.
We improve our cloth-to-cloth constraint solution. This removes a lot of collision evaluation when garments are piling up and interacting with each other. Even for complex setup like Series Cape, we hit a sub-millisecond budget on PS5.
Okay.
With Chaos Flesh, we introduce procedural
c'est le cheval le plus détaillé que j'ai vu de ma vie.
Make deformation and motion more natural. Your artist will still have control over tetrahedral simulation.
Ce cheval est horrible comme ça. Il a juste pas de peau d'esclave. Oui, mais.
We now support the baking of.
Oh merde. J'ai appuyé sur une touche qu'il fallait pas. Donc oui, du coup, la physique de l'eau. Ah, donc le fait que... Donc si j'ai bien compris, le fait qu'on rajoute quelque chose par-dessus, ça change la physique. Donc les animations. Donc peu importe l'angle. Ouais, bon ça... c'est pas une révolution.
With them, you can seamlessly transition from gameplay to cinematic. Also, we now have a secondary layer of animation driven by physics in Control Rig. We used it in Kelpie's rig to drive the mane, the tail, and the saddlebacks. And now, I'm happy to announce that all these features are already integrated into our new Unreal Animation framework, which we are releasing as experimental in 5.6. We built it with performance first in mind. Animation evaluation are now running in parallel of the game thread, which was our bottleneck. And for the other character systems that are just as costly, like movement, avoidance, state tree behaviors, we also
donc toutes ces animations seront disponibles sur le framework de Epic Games.
Streaming has always been a big deal regarding performance.
Le streaming.
And the three biggest improvements we made are physics state creation, which now runs async, improve runtime PCG for ground scatter on GPU, and a new FastGeo plugin to stream static geometry. And just to take a different example, in City Sample, the streaming time was cut down by 90% while moving at high speed. We focus on a lot of areas for.
Il y a beaucoup de trucs techniques dont je ne saurais pas vous traduire parce que je m'y connais pas du tout.
We work on better defaults and scalability settings for mobile and
Le mobile.
minimize the default package size. We also improve our workflows with a UI refactor of the viewport toolbar and content browser.
Ok, donc ils veulent changer la toolbar.
And a mobile preview solution.
Donc on peut faire des previews aussi de ce que ça pourrait donner sur mobile.
So there you go. Unreal Engine 5.6 is all about performance and it's available today.
Et ça arrive aujourd'hui, Unreal Engine 5.6. Du coup, si vous souhaitez développer vos propres jeux vidéo, ben vous pouvez.
Please go enjoy the tech talks and session we have for you guys and come chat with us. And now, please welcome Chris from the MetaHuman team. Thank you everyone.
Maintenant, on accueille Chris de l'équipe MetaHuman, du coup, qui va peut-être aussi avoir une révolution. On va voir ça.
Thank you, Julian. MetaHumans may only be a few years old, but we are seeing them everywhere, powering everything from games and AI agents to film, television, cultural heritage, and more. What you've seen so far is just the beginning. The creativity and innovation coming from the community continues to inspire us. It reminds us why we build these tools in the first place, to make it easier for everyone to tell stories that matter. Now we're entering the next chapter, expanding how you create and animate metahumans with flexible workflows that help you move faster and work smarter. To walk us through some of the biggest features in this release, please welcome filmmaker and virtual production pioneer, Matt Workman.
Matt Workman, littéralement l'homme qui travaille. Oui, parce que du coup, beaucoup de films se mettent à utiliser des écrans avec des fonds sur Unreal Engine plutôt que de faire du fond vert, tout simplement, parce que ça coûte moins cher. Et c'est compréhensible. Hein.
MetaHuman Creator is a fast and intuitive web-based application used for creating digital characters. And now, with the 5.6 release, all of that power is available directly in the editor. That's right, MetaHuman Creator is now fully integrated into Unreal Engine.
Donc le MetaHuman Creator est directement intégré à Unreal Engine, ce qui est une très bonne chose.
I think it's pretty cool too. You can create and work with metahumans directly in your project, keeping everything connected and in context. And with the new character assemblies, metahumans are built locally.
Je croyais que c'était mon PC. Non.
Integrate them directly into your pipeline.
MetaHuman Creator is one of Unreal's first cloud-enhanced tools.
Ils sont toujours sur Windows 10. Faire des textures jusqu'en 8K. Le truc va faire 10 gigas.
Which deliver high-fidelity results without ever leaving the editor. And in 5.6, local assembly reduces the average MetaHuman export time from 15 to 20 minutes down to 2 or 3. The team tackled all this while dramatically expanding the core representation model and significantly improving visual fidelity. Basically, you can make even more diverse characters, they all look better, it's freaking fast, and it is in Unreal Editor on your local machine.
Donc vous pourrez faire de meilleurs personnages directement sur votre machine avec le MetaHuman Creator directement intégré à l'Unreal Engine 5.6. On va changer du coup le physique, ça ce qui n'est pas possible sur le Creator sur le site.
like height, inseam, shoulder width, and even muscle mass. And here's the best part. As the body changes, so does the clothing. The new Unreal Outfit
Et oui, du coup, si le corps il change, les habits aussi, ils s'adaptent au corps.
No matter the proportions. As someone who's built these kind of
Peu
assets
importe
before,
les
I can tell you
proportions.
this used to mean manually creating and managing every body variation. The new system does give you the flexibility to create different sizes, and if you do, it will pick the closest match and fit that to the character for you. It makes building a wide array of production-ready characters faster and a whole lot more scalable.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see what people do with the new outfit system. And that actually brings us to our next announcement. Starting today, metahumans and their accessories are available on Fab, Epic's one-stop shop for digital assets. This is the new MetaHuman channel on Fab, and there's already some great artists and studios sharing and selling content there.
Donc il y a déjà du contenu sur Fab qui est disponible.
Matt, do you remember when we unveiled MetaHuman Animator a couple years ago?
Of course. I consider myself MetaHuman's #1 fan, and I'm also guilty for being eternally online, so of course, I saw that demo.
Ça c'est Melinda Jürgen. C'était l'actrice qui jouait comment elle s'appelle, l'héroïne de Hellblade. J'ai oublié. C'était aussi une développeuse. Enfin, c'est une développeuse.
Now, I could be wrong, but I think I cooked here. This guy is a true professional, tons of experience, and he's even going to be joining us via live telecast from space, outer space. Let's go ahead and connect.
Et là, Keanu Reeves. Extraplanetary Starship. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Hey Blue.
Dabadi dabada.
Dude, Matt, this is amazing. I'm making nachos in my nuclear-powered air fryer. Anyway, I was about to munch on this before the keynote. What's up?
C'est quand même hallucinant la part de marché que Epic Games prend avec l'Unreal Engine.
Oh yeah, look at that. You people in your time zones. Hey Chatterbox, can you turn it down? Like way, way down. I'm about to do a keynote. Yo, so what's up, Unreal friends? So get this, for the first time ever, you're seeing me live in real time. This isn't pre-recorded, it's not baked. You're seeing everything as it's happening. Woo!
Et oui, du coup, il est sur scène juste là.
And it's all thanks to MetaHuman Animator. Just check out my alter ego, Corey. He's down there on stage with you guys, and as you can see, our movements are mirrored within milliseconds. Even the smallest expressions are beautifully articulated. Yeah. And look, he's not even wearing a helmet or a suit.
C'est juste une webcam, ouais. Il ne porte pas de combinaison ou quoi que ce soit, c'est juste une webcam qu'ils utilisent.
Perform Macbeth? Okay, maybe not Macbeth. But the real truth is, the power of live performance is in all the happy accidents. Honestly, most of my best stuff happens when things go, you know, a little sideways.
Nuclear core instability detected.
Case in point, trusting my beautiful nachos to a DIY nuclear-powered air fryer.
Hey, Corey, come on out here.
Corey, du coup.
Corey Strasburger, everyone, the genius behind Blue and Xanadu. MetaHuman Animator now delivers high-fidelity facial animation from virtually any 2D video source in real time. Whether you're driving the performance of your favorite character or calling into keynotes from low Earth orbit, the sky is the limit when it comes to breathing life into your characters. And speaking of that, Corey was just driving Blue with a consumer webcam and markerless motion capture from the Captury.
Corey, let me be the first to congratulate you on Blue's VTuber debut right here at Unreal Fest. And by that, I mean that this is the first time we're seeing MetaHuman Blue puppeted live, and he looked incredible on the big screen.
Je sais pas si Blue, le MetaHuman, c'est vraiment un truc super connu aux US ou pas.
consumer webcam.
J'en ai jamais entendu parler. Mais ils ont réussi à faire ça avec une webcam, tout ce qu'il y a de plus normal, visiblement. Ils disent ça, mais si ça se trouve, la webcam, c'est une webcam full 4K qu'il faut avec détecteur de mouvement.
And so with all the other crazy stuff that you guys are elevating, I think Xanadu is about to level up in a big, big way. So thank you guys. You guys rock.
Awesome, man. It's been awesome. I'd like everyone to give a round of applause to Corey and Matt, and thanks for showing everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Matt.
Thanks, guys, for showing all the fantastic features we're going to hone in on this release.
Donc voilà pour MetaHuman.
We're going to end big with a few updates about metahumans and how they fit into the broader creative ecosystem. First up, today we're releasing 2 advanced toolchains to everyone, MetaHuman Expression Editor and Groom Tools. The Expression Editor lets experienced riggers fine-tune a character's expressions and expression combinations, whether matching scans or creating something completely custom, like a nacho-eating space alien.
Donc, le MetaHuman Animation Creator.
High-fidelity hairstyles.
Ah, pour faire les cheveux, ça c'est bien ça.
Faster and streamlining export directly to Unreal Engine. We've built these tools for our own teams to solve real production challenges, and now we're opening them up to the entire community. Next, we know you want support from metahumans in your favorite content creation tools, so we're working with partners to make sure that DNA and rig logic work wherever you do. And we have saved the biggest announcement for last.
La plus grosse annonce pour la dernière.
Engine license to include metahumans. You can use them everywhere, in every engine, in any creative software.
MetaHuman du coup, everywhere, any engine, donc peu importe où vous soyez, que vous soyez sur Unreal ou Unity par exemple, vous pourrez l'utiliser.
If you're curious to learn more, join our Unreal Fest sessions, swing by our booth, or check out metahuman.com to get hands-on with everything you've just seen, and thank you.
Voilà pour MetaHuman du coup. Très bien. On va passer à la prochaine bubule. Prochaine bubule. Bill Clifford, créateur du Marketplace.
Yes.
Oh non, Marketplace Creator.
We've got a lot more in store for you this morning and over the days ahead. We've got an absolute room full of rock stars here today from different industries making everything unreal.
Donc il y a beaucoup de rockstars ici.
Indie developers, Fortnite creators, filmmakers, car designers, architects.
Voici tout ce que l'Unreal Engine peut faire.
Here to connect, share, and learn. And learn you shall. We've got over 150 tech talks and dozens of hands-on labs covering all of Epic's developer tools and services. And many of these sessions are going to be led by our growing community of instructors, educators, and service partners. And I want to thank all of you who are giving so much back to this incredible community. Now let's talk about a few more exciting updates from across the Epic ecosystem, starting with Reality Scan.
Donc le Reality Scan, du coup, qui est une nouvelle mise à jour aussi du Marketplace.
Versions under one banner. Now, CD Projekt Red put Reality Scan 2.0 to the test, using it to capture natural objects in high fidelity for the Witcher 4 tech demo that you just saw.
Donc oui, ils ont fait du Reality Scan en prenant en photo des pierres, etc. C'est un truc qui est largement fait hein, dans le gaming, le fait de prendre des photos comme ça. C'est pas les premiers à le faire. Bethesda le faisait pour Oblivion.
Developers and art studios using Reality Scan to bring Megascan's quality content to Fab. Just take a look at this absolutely incredible Paris environment from Scans Factory, which launches today on Fab, featuring over 1,000 assets that are available for use in UE5, UEFN,
pour un PC à 4000 balles.
The Quixel team has also been cooking up an amazing lineup of thousands of new Megascan assets that will start releasing on Fab later this month. And this summer, we'll be launching Fab natively in the Epic Games Launcher. Our goal with this is to bring you Quixel Bridge functionality that makes it easier for you to access your content and integrate it into your workflows.
Le Epic Game Store est une grosse merde. Ça tourne pas.
Starting with UE5, Blender,
Et on peut le lancer sur Unity aussi, ça c'est bien. Il facilite l'accès à d'autres... comment on pourrait dire ça, d'autres moteurs.
Back in April, we announced that Loci, a leading computer vision and AI company, joined Epic. We're working quickly to bring Loci's technology to Fab, which will improve our tagging accuracy, enable semantic search, and improve our IP moderation capabilities to ensure that our artists' work is protected. All right, we've shown you what's coming from our
donc c'est de l'IA, si tu lui donnes des mots-clés, ça te génère des trucs. C'est incroyable. Mais ça c'est... Pas incroyable. Non, parce que ça détruit le poste du coup de certaines personnes, mais... Pour des indés, c'est bien. Pour des gros studios, ah mon dieu, ça va sentir le roussi pour certains jobs. Donc voilà de quoi est capable l'Unreal Engine. D'ailleurs, Valorant qui lui aussi va passer sur Unreal Engine. Mixtape, ah mais ça faut qu'on en entende parler de ce jeu. Tout est sur Unreal Engine. Vous levez la barre tellement haute année après année.
We've got a lot of work to do still, but the 5.6 release is packed with new features that have been influenced and battle tested by some of the world's best studios. One of them is here with us today. The third floor has an impressive track record of using Unreal to make movies like Guardians of the Galaxy and shows like House of the Dragon. Here to tell you about their next incredible production is co-director of the new Predator movie, Josh Wasson.
Mon rêve, c'est de voir un film comme ça, mais genre avec des low polygraphism.
In March 2020, I was working with director Dan Trachtenberg on the pitch for Prey when everyone got sent home. We had been dreaming of pushing previs into animation for years.
Il est pas à l'aise, c'est pas naturel.
Uncertain what would happen.
C'est un film qu'on rêve de faire, vous savez.
So while we're having a blast crafting scenes and UE for Prey, I got to show Dan the cool things we had brewing. And that led to an idea. What if Predator was an animated movie? Fast forward to the industry contraction of 2023, and projects started dropping like flies. But this crazy ambitious film with a crazy ambitious schedule materialized right in the middle of it all. For 20 years, on more than 1,000 projects, the artists at TTF have been on the front lines of visual storytelling in movies, games, and episodics. When Predator came along, they took all of that live-action experience, all of their love for cool stuff and great stories, and poured their hearts into a new kind of animated feature. So Dan and I pitched a film rooted in live action that looks and feels like moving concept art. We developed a handcrafted style from the paint strokes to our stop-motion-inspired movement on twos. It was a monumental challenge, but the leap into anim led to significant innovation. Our team built Hummingbird, our real-time lighting and comp tool inside UE.
Donc on a réussi à faire un film d'animation à l'intérieur de Unreal Engine.
We saved countless render hours and reduced our hard drive usage to 1/50th the space traditionally required.
Donc ils ont sauvé du temps et du matériel aussi. Et parce que l'Unreal Engine permet de faire le café, il vous permettra de changer la vie, de vous servir de capote aussi.
What if we kept the camera focused on her goal? And what if Ursa fought them all by herself? The best way to speed up any production is to speed up decision making. So with 4 parallel teams inside Unreal, we got the entire film.
L'Unreal Engine vous permettra de vous torcher le cul. Bienvenue à Vendôme. Pardon, j'étais pas prêt à cette version low poly de ce garde.
If this movie were live action, we'd be filming at golden hour every day for weeks with a massive crew and several giant vats of blood. In animation, we really wanted to go for it, no holding back. So we choreographed every composition, every strike,
Oh, c'est incroyable.
blood splatter, like a gigantic.
Oh, c'est magnifique ce qu'on regarde là. Propriété de la 20th Century Fox. Oh, oui, merde, c'est vrai. Oh putain. Oh, si ça se trouve, c'est copyright à mort. Oh merde. Merde. Bah tant pis. La chaîne secondaire qui va sauter juste à cause d'une conf. Bah. Eh ben la Fox, pitié, ne détruisez pas ma chaîne YouTube. Il vient d'où lui? Je suis Force Rouge. Ah non, merde, c'est moi Force Rouge. Ah. Qu'est-ce que je regarde? On peut avoir des jeux vidéo?
It's the Predator movie we've always wanted.
Et le jeu vidéo?
Assembled, lit, rendered, and composited all in Unreal. And it's premiering this Friday on Hulu, so check it out. And congratulations to Josh and the team.
Donc ça sort ce vendredi sur Hulu, une plateforme qui n'est pas disponible en France à ma connaissance. Black Myth Wukong. Encore?
Since launch. This year, we're celebrating another example of a small team that's taking the world by storm. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is an absolute masterpiece from Sandfall.
Le Gotti.
And in an eerie case of numerical serendipity, Expedition 33 sold over 3.3 million units in its first 33 days.
3,3 millions de ventes depuis ses 33 premiers jours.
Let's hear from Sandfall's co-founder Tom Guillermin.
Donc on va entendre parler de Tom Guillermin, le patron de Sandfall Interactive. Bravo les Français!
When we began the development of Expedition 33 back in 2020, Unreal was starting to open up new possibilities for a smaller team like ours.
Et oui, du coup, un jeu qui a commencé son développement il y a 5 ans, pendant le Covid.
Which all transformed how we create 3D scenes and characters. As a small team, we always did our best to play to the engine's strengths, religiously getting every update to try out the new features and optimizations.
N'hésitez pas à me dire hein, si vous souhaitez un let's play sur ce jeu.
Development focused on the element that would have the most impact on the game we were making. The visual identity of our world, the story and the characters, and of course the gameplay with this blend of turn-based strategy and real-time action. The Unreal Engine has been the key element empowering our small team to create our dream game, and I would like to thank all the people that contributed to the engine, both Epic for the amazing software they have created, but also the community for all the plugin, tutorials, assets, and resources that you can find online to get started. It is this whole ecosystem that allowed the project to grow organically, from my friend Guillaume booting up the Unreal Engine for the first time in 2019, creating a small project named Sandfall, to 6 years later, the release of Expedition 33 with that very same new project file. Even though we are a small studio, we never felt alone during this adventure, as we felt we always had the back of both Epic and the community, and we are extremely grateful for that. We really hope we will keep seeing more and more amazing games and experiences made with Unreal in the upcoming years. And on the behalf of everybody at Sandfall, we wish you a great Unreal Fest, and we're looking forward to meeting you all in the future. Tomorrow comes. Demain viendra. Cheers.
Thanks, Tom.
Bravo.
Congrats to you and the team. We're
Bravo
so
les
happy for
Français.
you guys.
Bravo Montpellier.
Now, this year we're seeing more and more momentum with mobile devs who are capitalizing on the increasing player demand for high-performance, immersive mobile games. One team that's leading the way in UE5 mobile development is Infold Games, whose gorgeous game Infinity Nikki offers a unique blend of fashion and adventure. Please welcome Zhe Ding to the stage to tell you more.
On va parler du mobile.
Hi everyone. First, I want to thank our friend at Epic for inviting me here.
Séquence The Witcher 4.
You can probably tell I'm a little nervous being on stage in English. But I was even more nervous when I first joined Infold Games to create Infinity Nikki, our most ambitious project yet. Let me share our story with you. Our journey began in 2012 with just 4 people. Here are the games released before starting Infinity Nikki in 2021. And we still update all of them today. These were mobile-only games focused on dress-up and interactive story gameplay. We could have stayed comfortably inside space, but we didn't want to. We want to create a life beyond amazing. That means crafting new experience no one has ever imagined. That means pushing far beyond current generation technology to deliver a game that not only looks stunning, but stay emotionally touching for years to come. That means Infinity Nikki, our first Unreal Engine 5 cross-platform game with over 20 million downloads at launch, largely driven by mobile. We began ideating during the pandemic. Infinity Nikki is about finding a peace in a cozy open world, bringing happiness to everyone. Dress up is not just for style, it's a way to interact with the lively world, alone or with friends. From a technology view, our pillars should manage impossible things at once.
Genshin Impact version Barbie.
Outfit customization, even in corporate mode, with over 1,000 outfit parts and more than 100 color per character. A huge map full of fine details for deep beauty, perfect for close-up camera shots. And it must run smoothly on our platform for all players. Big goals. We had never launched a cross-platform game before.
Que ce soit sur PC, sur, j'allais dire Switch.
We will give it our all. Yes, it will crazy.
Un enfoiré.
Unreal Engine 5 is about making crazy idea real. We had a debate, even I highlighted it. But with Unreal Engine 5, Infinity Nikki's
Donc avec Unreal Engine 5, vous pouvez voir que les shaders sont incroyables. Donc là, le jeu était en partition. Il est toujours. Les jeux sur mobile, ça reste toujours bof. Hein.
Now let's take a look at the open world. We want to make a detailed, exciting world for players to explore.
Mais en vrai, moi j'ai une question à me poser. Qui joue aux jeux mobiles pour les graphismes, etc. et serait prêt à dépenser des sous pour genre jouer à Death Stranding, etc. sur mobile? Genre, je peux comprendre le fait que tu aies envie de jouer à ton jeu, mais quand même, c'est une vraie question que je me pose. Je veux savoir pourquoi on a mis autant de... Pourquoi on a fait si attention à autant de détails. L'argent. Attendez, je peux vous le refaire. L'argent.
She reads every item description, smiles when Nikki jumps, and changes into a pretty blue outfit.
L'argent.
It does not matter if she finishes the platforming. When I was finally able to take her on a long-distance trip, she spent hours picking dresses and took many photos, even of a small flower by the road. Now I understand. My mom loves every small moment. We play Infinity Nikki in different ways, but we love each other the same.
Ah d'accord.
Hope you'll find the omen of the world's beauty in Infinite Nikki, the coziest open world game for everyone.
Animal Crossing. Je sais pas, ça a parlé du jeu le plus cosy pour tout le monde.
Wow, what a beautiful world they've created. All right, there's one more amazing UE5 game that you've got to check out, and it's coming to the Epic Game Store. Please welcome Ken Kim, CEO of Netmarble Monster, to the stage.
Donc un dernier jeu qui arrivera sur Epic Game Store.
Hello everyone.
Bonjour.
Excited to be here today. I'd like to first thank Epic Games for this opportunity.
Merci Epic Games pour cette opportunité.
Here at Let me introduce Mongil Stardive. Mongil Stardive is the successor to
C'est Genshin Impact.
game we first launched back in 2013. Known as Mongil in Korea, the game was a
Ah oui, 2013. Ouais, non, c'est pas le jeu, c'est pas le c'est donc ça l'Unreal Engine 5.6.
We aim to expand the world of Mongil by creating a vibrant living world filled with countless characters and monsters. To achieve this, we chose Unreal Engine 5, which allowed us
Là, t'imagines, tu commences avec The Witcher 4, tu finis avec ça.
the characters, making the world of Stardive truly come alive.
Tu commences avec The Witcher 4 et tu termines avec ça. Mais bas les couilles de ce jeu. Là, tu vas juste en faire une OP et c'est tout.
That means every time you change characters, it will feel like you're playing a different game. And this transforms Stardive from a simple action game into a truly immersive adventure. Moreover, the monsters in Stardive are not just enemies. They can be tamed, nurtured, and become your companions along the journey. Depending on their traits, they can also be used to craft weapons or used as ingredients to cook, adding a deeper layer of strategy and connection to the game. Each monster is a living, growing creature, transforming the conventional concept of monster collecting into a meaningful, dynamic relationship. The Epic Game Store, with its global reach and strong community, is the ideal
Donc Epic Game Store avec sa reach globale. Et ça arrivera exclusivement sur Epic Game Store. Quelle victoire! Quel exclu! Pardon, mais moi ce genre de jeu ne m'attire pas, je pense que vous le voyez. Wishlist on the Epic Game Store. D'accord. Bravo.
Thank you. 감사합니다. We hope to see you at tomorrow's session. Speaking of our friends at Epic.
Et du coup, The Witcher 4, il sort quand?
Steve Allison.
S'il vous plaît. On peut avoir du gameplay? La bubule. Steve Allison, Epic Game Store, General Manager.
Exciting to see Netmarble Monster bringing Mongil Stardive to the Epic Game Store exclusively at launch on PC and taking advantage of our Epic First Run program to keep 100% of the first 6 months of net revenue. As you know, our industry is living through significant headwinds right now, and the Epic Game Store offers all developers a toolkit for maximum financial success that starts with our 8812 rev share and just gets better from there. Now on Epic, our back catalog program, like Epic First Run, allows you to keep 100% of net revenue for the first 6 months on back catalog titles that you bring to the Epic Game Store. And for Unreal developers, Launch Everywhere with Epic reduces your in royalty rate from 5% to 3.5% on all platforms and stores when you ship your UE-based games day and date on the Epic Game Store. And remember, Unreal Engine developers pay 0% royalty on all Epic Game Store sales where we process payment. Additionally, you also have the option to use any in-app purchase payment solution you want, and when you do, you keep 100% of that IAP revenue. We want to do everything we can to help during this critical time to maximize your success, so we have added another tool to the Epic Game Store toolkit. Starting June 1st, we've changed our initial revenue share to 0%, so that you receive 100% of the first $1 million in net revenue, and then 12% to Epic after passing that threshold.
Ok, donc vos premiers revenus atteignant $1 million sont pour vous, vous savez, les 1 million. Mais après, Epic Games prendront 12%.
New titles and back catalog releases and all existing and future Epic Game Store partners and their titles.
Ce qui est raisonnable, je trouve.
Benefit from this change immediately.
Enfin, je veux dire, vous utilisez leur plateforme, etc.
So today, we paid our developer and publishing partners over $2.1 billion, and we're just getting started. So let's talk a little bit about what's next. So even after years of building the store on PC, we know there's still
on galère toujours face à Steam.
Experience for our over 70 million monthly active users. And in the coming months, we'll be rolling out long overdue features on PC that will move us closer to that vision. Download Manager 2.0 was released just a few weeks ago.
Oui, ils ont refait ça, du coup, ils ont refait ce menu-là.
Gifting is targeting a release in time for the holidays so that you can gift games to your friends.
Donc on pourra acheter des jeux pour ses amis. Multiplateforme sociale, ça c'est bien. Voir une appli.
And this will be the building block for several innovative social features on the store that will follow.
Donc, il y aura plus d'interactivité sociale. Il n'a pas envie d'être sur scène.
Delivering a great player experience means meeting players wherever they are, which is why mobile remains a key focus for us. We've already seen strong momentum on mobile with over 40 million installs to date, and we're pushing hard to hit 70 million by the end of the year. The Epic Game Store is available globally on Android, and we are continuing to expand our global footprint on iOS.
Je peux être honnête avec vous. Si votre store est utilisé, c'est parce que vous offrez des jeux gratos. Donc l'iOS, l'Epic Game Store qui arrive sur iOS au Brésil, au Japon et au Royaume-Uni.
This deliberate, phased approach ensures a high-quality experience as we gear up to open the store to self-publishing in the near future. In March, to accelerate installs and to keep players coming back week after week, we brought our weekly free games program to mobile.
Weekly, oui.
As we do on PC, we are partnering with developers to give players at least one new free game directly through the app.
Donc ils veulent faire en sorte à ce que les jeux gratuits arrivent sur les jeux mobiles. Qui est une bonne initiative, évidemment.
This is defined by two major new additions to the store, and the first of which is rolling out very soon. We're launching Epic Web Shops in July. Developers will be able to come into our tools and easily set up a shop for app services for mobile and PC games. And through Epic Web Shops, you can leverage our industry-best rev share and offer players a better deal with bonus offers. And as an extra benefit, all players spending on Epic Web Shops also accrues Epic rewards on all purchases. These shops will live on the web so that you can steer your players.
Je comprends R. Je comprends R. Je comprends pas. Je suis pas développeur, c'est pour ça. Self-publishing tools. Ah, ça c'est bien ça, si on veut publier soi-même son contenu, son jeu. Eh bien, merci monsieur. À la prochaine. On va passer à la prochaine bubule. Wow. Bubule. Une bubule bleue. La directrice de la relation avec les créateurs.
We launched Unreal Editor for Fortnite just over 2 years ago with a
Unreal
give
Fortnite.
developers everything they need to build, launch, and grow their own games in Fortnite.
N'hésitez pas à prendre ce petit instant de vidéo pour aller aux toilettes, allez-y. Franchement, n'hésitez pas. Si, comme moi, vous n'en avez rien à F,
The launch of UEFN, players have spent over 11.2 billion
mais évidemment que le mode créateur de Epic Games, enfin de Fortnite a son rôle ici à faire. Fortnite, c'est la poule aux œufs d'or. Forcément, ça utilise Unreal Engine.
For the first time ever, a creator-made island took the #1 spot for concurrent players in Fortnite, surpassing even Epic's own games. This is a proof the system is heading in the right direction. Watching developers experiment, build, and push UEFN to its
Regardez tout ça, c'est incroyable.
It goes beyond just making games. Creators are launching studios and building passionate communities around their work in Fortnite. And thanks to
Il y en a
that,
qui sont bien, mais
payouts going to third-party creators have already reached $722 million since the launch
Mais
of
voilà.
UEFN, and that number continues to grow.
722 millions de dollars ont été générés grâce aux partenaires, les créateurs, tout ça.
Thousands of dedicated developers building this ecosystem with us, and part of building this lasting ecosystem is talking with developers, learning from your experiences.
Il est 16h30, j'ai pas mangé, j'ai faim.
Because ultimately, what good is a feature if no one wants it? This is why we've launched the Let's Chat live stream series to answer your burning questions and address your concerns. So far, we've discussed moderation, the new Fortnite data API, and the state
Sur YouTube.
with more coming at the end of this month. That's enough for me. Help me welcome to the stage an outstanding UEFN developer, Tom Jank.
Le CEO de Jank Studio, Tom Jank.
Tom, good to see you here in Orlando. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm doing great. It's been amazing.
Why don't we get started by you telling us how you got into UEFN for those who don't already know you?
Yeah, I actually originally started in the animated film industry. I worked for Netflix, Pixar, but I was really looking to kind of be my own boss. I really wanted to do my own thing. And so, you know, one thing led to another, and now I'm here at the State of Unreal.
Now you're here. How did you find success in UEFN? Like, how did you build towards what you are today?
Well, I really started going when I started releasing games. I posted daily on Twitter, just these janky experiments that are kind of weird and wacky, and people thought, how is he doing this in UEFN? And so that built motivation and work in me doing this full time.
I know a lot of people are probably did you ever make any of those into maps?
Fortnite football came from. I would pick up these little dinos and move them around.
Oh, mais faites que ça s'arrête. Remettez-moi Witcher 4.
And I was like, well, this could be a game. This is kind of fun. And so,
Je vous en supplie, je vous jure, je dirais pas du mal de Witcher ou quoi que ce soit, ou de l'Unreal Engine, mais pitié, remettez-moi The Witcher 4. Faites que ça s'arrête. Oh, j'en peux plus. C'est que la première conférence, je suis tout seul, Luan il est pas là. Demain, on a un State of Play à 23h, on va crever. Et jeudi, ça commence. Ça va être horrible. D'ailleurs, je vais mettre mon petit ventilateur, moi, parce que je commence à mourir de chaud. Voilà. Donc avec le Unreal Engine, est-ce que vous avez été capable de créer des trucs incroyables ou quoi? On sait.
So here to tell us more about what's coming next in UEFN is Sax Pearson.
Évidemment, mes respects. Fortnite écosystème. On s'en prend de Fortnite. C'est pas l'instant, c'est pas l'objectif là. Là on parle de l'état de Unreal Engine. On s'en fout de Fortnite et de l'éditeur Unreal Engine sur Fortnite. Vous voulez parler de ça, faites une conférence pour le Fortnite Engine ou je sais pas quoi.
accessible.
Eh mais attends.
In the editor,
Lui là.
rapid construction of rich detail environments by organizing entities
Il bossait pas chez Xbox. Je me rappelle l'avoir vu sur scène à l'E3 2017.
Simplifying management, enabling easy variation. And at runtime, your verse code can traverse the same hierarchy to dynamically modify the scene. So whether it's moving a platform, adjusting a light, changing a weapon's ammo count, everything is done in SceneGraph. SceneGraph worlds are built on robust modular system engineered from the ground up to be the foundation.
Du coup, ils expliquent comment fonctionne le graphe des scènes.
We're shipping more tools like custom items, skill-based matchmaking, new social systems like bubble chat.
La roadmap publique du coup pour
Before we get into
Fortnite.
roadmaps, I want to share an update on something we talked about last year. We intended to ship the first season of Fortnite Battle Royale, built with UEFN in version 2025. Since then, plans have changed a bit, and we're not going to be able to meet that target. Right now, we're tracking to 2026. But today, UEFN is an integral part of development for Reload, Ballistic, and other internal projects, but we still haven't hit a few key milestones to support a full Battle Royale season. So for the rest of 2025, we're going to be focused on closing those gaps while continuing to ship new UEFN features for you. A big focus of working on making it easier for players to find amazing games you've built. The release of off-platform features like
Si j'ai à subir ça, vous allez subir ça avec moi.
to market your game on social media, link players directly to your island inside Fortnite.
Mais respect, mais respect.
In-game retention tools like favorite creator,
Pizza Shop, mais qu'est-ce que c'est que ces merdes? Pardon.
So far, 6 creators
Ils ont même pas les droits, je suis sûr, pour les Tortues Ninja.
And this not only makes it easier for players to discover and play their favorite games, but it's also a great opportunity for creators to grow their audience and their business.
Discover, mais Discover quoi? Il y a que des merdes sur votre shop, pas sur votre jeu là.
We are building Fortnite to be a true open ecosystem, one where creators have full insight into every dynamic factor that makes a game successful. And the Fortnite Data API is a key part of that vision. 2 years ago, we made the CTU of every Fortnite island visible in-game. It gave creators a clearer view into what resonates with players, helping to surface trends and improve iteration so creators can build more strategically. And community-based tools like Fortnite GG and FCHQ have shown the value of transparent Fortnite data. Now we're expanding that visibility. We released the first version of Fortnite Data API 1 week ago, giving creators access to essential metrics like acquisition, engagement, and retention for all players. And starting on June 9th, that same level of insight will extend to all items.
This
You can use the API to build your own dashboard or reference existing tools and websites to better understand performance, giving you the opportunity to find the right genre,
Plus jamais, vous m'entendez? Plus jamais, je ne dirais qu'une conférence Nintendo est longue.
not guesswork. You can learn more about the Data API.
Plus jamais, je ne dirais du mal d'une conférence Nintendo. Écoutez-moi bien.
We'd like to introduce our latest work that enables developers to use emerging tech to create awesome games. The Epic Developer Assistant is an AI tool that currently in beta that will improve creator productivity. It's a general-purpose chatbot that can guide you through developing games in UEFN, and it'll even generate verse code from simple prompts. Please welcome Heather Storm, who will help us drive a live demo of the assistant.
Créateur évangélique. Hein?
Hey everyone! So let's set up the challenge that we want the assistant to help us with. We built an escape room with the challenge that you need to collect 3 props in order to escape through the center of the map. We need our props to randomly spawn within our play space. So let's go ask the Epic Developer Assistant to help us out. Now, I don't want to subject you to my typing skills, so we're going to copy and paste the prompt directly into the assistant. Hey assistant,
On nous montre comment ça
I need some
fonctionne.
verse code that will randomly spawn 5 creative props in the map. I've added some extra context here, such as how the spawn radius and how far apart the props should spawn, just to make sure that this will work in our existing game. We'll also make the props respawn every 10 seconds to make it a more challenging experience for our players and me. Finally, we'll name our verse file and the editable variable, prop to spawn.
So while the assistant generates a response, you can see it may provide relevant documentation to your request. The assistant is powered by GPT-4.1 and is fine-tuned using our, Epic's own verse code license from creators who signed up to help, and all of our current documentation.
And once the assistant has generated the code, it'll test if the code can compile. If it can't, it has a second self-repair step to correct the code.
It looks like it's generated. It tells us how to use it, and then we have the code. All right, it looks good. Let's go into VS Code and paste it directly into our file. Now, I already started this code earlier today to make it a little easier for us to do this live, so let's delete everything that's there and replace it with what we just generated from the assistant. We'll save, and then we'll press the build button in the top right-hand corner, and it built successfully. All right, but we're not
Ils
done
ont
yet.
généré quelque chose qui devrait
Now
fonctionner.
let's go into UEFN and make sure that the random prop spawner verse device is set to spawn the correct prop, our custom prop banana. All right, that's all good. Let's push verse changes. And finally go in to live edit. When this loads, we'll be able to test that our random spawner code works, making sure that our bananas spawn randomly and that every 10 seconds they move. We gotta collect 3.
Qu'est-ce que c'est que cette merde?
And now we can escape. And that's it. Now our team can continue to iterate and refine our game.
Mais c'est de la merde.
This is just a quick, simple example of how the Epic Developer Assistant can streamline creator workflows, and eventually it'll be directly integrated into the editor. You can try it for yourself right now on the Epic Developer Community site as it enters beta and is live today. Thank you, Heather. All this is all part of a bigger mission to give creators more power and flexibility to bring your creative vision to life. Another example of this is how we've redefined what's possible through deep IP integration. We've been collaborating with the leaders in film, television, music, and sports since Fortnite's earliest days. It started with a few iconic outfits in Battle Royale, and has evolved into entire seasons shaped around cultural experiences that players love. We wanted every creator to be a part of that adventure, so last year we kicked off a movement that started just that. We worked with brands so creators can build with world-class IP. A simple one-click agreement, pre-negotiated share of the engagement payout, and all the brand safeguards that we've developed that allow every IP to integrate into Fortnite seamlessly. As a first partner announced at GDC last year, the LEGO Group has been leading the charge, enabling creators to expand the LEGO Fortnite universe with original games and stories. And on June 17th, they're unlocking a highly requested feature, the LEGO Editor. It launches with 50 classic bricks, 42 colors, giving creators the power to build with LEGO, brick by brick, in Fortnite for the very first time. Our second partner to join the movement was Paramount. We welcomed Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to UEFN last fall, and from Pizza Tycoon to the wildly popular RVB experiences.
Donc ils avaient bien les droits.
We've been amazed by your creativity. All in, you've spent over 700,000 hours in editor creating TMNT games. And then finally, horror has always had a strong foothold in creator-made games. So it's not a surprise that adding Skybound's Walking Dead to the program has been a huge success. We launched in March, and creators are just starting to publish Islands now. And so far, more than 1,000 developers have published Walking Dead games in the first 2 weeks since its release.
La série est excellente de The Walking Dead, je vous la conseille. Rien à voir, je sais, mais...
With over 160 million hours played. I'm excited to announce that our next wave of partners bring in their worlds for you to create with. Later this month, Squid Game will be coming to UEFN, and creators will be able to build their very own
Squid Game fera un partenariat avec Fortnite. Oui, voilà, je vais vous le dire comme ça plutôt.
Netflix is placing environment assets, NPCs, and new game systems like the Disguise device in the hands of creators so they can be their very own game master. Squid Game Tools will launch on June 27th, in time to the series finale of Squid Game, and creators will be able to publish their islands later this summer. Thank you.
Bravo.
Our desire to bring iconic IP in the hands of creators doesn't stop with Squid Game. Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Mais ça y était pas déjà, ça?
We heard players loud and clear about how much they love the bending gameplay in Battle Royale, so we are excited to bring Avatar-themed tools and devices to UEFN next year.
Again.
That means you, the developer, can use features from the 4 nations to build your very own authentic avatar games. Together with these amazing brands, we're expanding the library of iconic IP that creators can use to make games in Fortnite. Our aim is to give you everything that you need to build awesome games using the power of Unreal Engine, share them with millions of players in Fortnite, and get paid when people love what you've made. Huge thank you to everyone for what you've done so far.
Ça y est, c'est terminé. Le cauchemar est terminé.
As we look to what's next,
non.
it's really important that we have partners who share our vision deeply. Disney and Epic have been working together for years building immersive entertainment experiences for players and fans around the world. Sean Shoptaw from Disney is here to talk today about what we've been working on lately and where we're going to go, including a huge surprise for the creator community.
Ça va parler du projet de Metaverse avec Disney et Epic Games. Games and Digital Entertainment, Disney. Gaming. Oh, lui c'est un gamer, ça se sent. Pas du tout.
And that momentum is only accelerating. As we announced last year, we've partnered with Epic to build a transformational entertainment universe that will bring all of Disney together. And Unreal will be foundational for delivering on that shared ambition. Let's take a look at some of the amazing experiences Epic and Disney have built together over the years.
Oh. Oh. Pitié. Pitié, pitié. Pitié. Achevez-moi.
Just a few weeks ago, we launched Galactic Battle, our most ambitious Star Wars Battle Royale collaboration in Fortnite to date.
La merde, il y a que 3 armes.
We partnered with Epic and Team Beyond, who are here with us today, to debut the Star Wars Watch Party Island. For the first time ever, we brought a Disney Plus series into Fortnite. Players got early access to the first 2 episodes of Star Wars Tales of the Underworld before they debuted on Disney Plus. The environment went far beyond a typical linear viewing experience.
D'accord, donc les joueurs de Fortnite ont accès à une série.
Waves of stormtroopers explored iconic Star Wars locations and unlocked exclusive in-game rewards. We are excited about the possibilities that social.
Quel est le rapport avec Epic Games et le pas Epic Games mais le Unreal Engine?
It was a first of its kind moment and fans showed up in a big way. More than 5 million players visited the island.
Vous voulez parler de Unreal Engine? Parlez de Halo qui passe sur Unreal Engine. Je sais pas. Parlez de ça. Là, vous parlez juste d'un partenariat.
We also partnered with Epic to bring the first ever AI character into Fortnite. A historic moment for video games, and we did it with one of the most iconic characters in film, Darth Vader. For the first time, players could have real-time conversations.
Dark Vador. C'est pas une bonne idée Disney d'avoir donné la liberté aux joueurs de parler de quoi que ce soit avec Dark Vador.
Showing how Disney and Epic are responsibly embracing emerging technologies to expand the boundaries of storytelling.
Avec Dark Vador qui dit Skibidi Ohio Sigma.
Innovation has always been at the core of Disney's DNA.
L'innovation a toujours été dans le cœur de l'ADN de Disney.
Darth, what do I do if I have 1 health?
Perhaps you should have considered that before running around with a pink flamingo head.
Can you hide in the bush?
Hiding in foliage, a tactic for the less powerful.
He's pretty aggressive. Oh my god, yeah, he's insanely aggressive. It's a great distraction.
Darth Vader actually putting in work. Look at that. Boss versus boss battle.
Get him, Darth Vader! Get him! Yeah!
What do you think of that guy, Cypher PK?
Cypher PK. I do not concern myself with minor streamer's apprentice.
Why is he roasting me?
Darth Vader, you're funny, bro. You're funny. You're a funny guy.
Your persistence is growing tiresome, imposter.
Oh my god!
I will not tolerate this disrespect much longer.
Did he just do that to me?
There's 1 player left. We need to take him out. Indeed. Let us ensure this final engagement is decisive. The match is ours. Another triumph for the Empire.
C'est pas une révolution, les gens l'ont fait sur Skyrim. Je vous assure qu'il y a déjà des mods comme ça sur Skyrim, avec des IA comme ChatGPT ou quoi qui prennent le contrôle des personnages, des IA.
As part of our shared vision to build that transformative entertainment universe, bringing the creator community into this universe has been a foundational.
Il n'y a rien de révolutionnaire.
From the beginning. We want to empower our fans to build their own experiences with the characters and stories they love. Storytelling is at the center of everything we do at Disney, and we believe there are incredible storytellers outside our own walls. That's why I'm excited to announce today that we will be bringing Star Wars to UEFN.
D'accord.
Giving all of you the tools to tell your own Star Wars story. We're actively working on this and look forward to sharing more. This marks an important step on our journey to transform entertainment, and the creator community will play a huge role in helping us realize that vision. Thank you, everyone, and back over to you, Sax.
Thank you, Sean. Bringing Star Wars to UEFN is going to be a massive unlock and a huge moment for creators.
Ça s'arrête pas, ça s'arrête jamais.
This is the right approach that works for IP holders, and in the end, players win with more games with their favorite IP. This is one of the many ways that we're collaborating with Disney to bring their IP to players in new category-defining ways, including, most recently, with Darth Vader in Fortnite. As game developers, our job is to entertain players, and AI is ultimately a tool to make games more fun and immersive. It enables infinite possibilities for two-way dialogue, just like we saw with Darth Vader. And as a next step, we want to take what we've learned and share the underlying technology with you. So later this year, we'll give creators the tools to build your own engaging AI-powered NPCs in Fortnite.
Félicitations! Bravo! Vous avez 10 ans de retard sur Halo.
And we're taking it a step further. So creators can not only drive
Oui, sur Halo Infinite, vous pouvez maintenant faire des maps avec des IA. C'est pas une révolution.
What you're about to see is an internal prototype.
Ah, les IA, est-ce que c'est les IA genre comme Dark Vador là ou sur Skyrim modé là avec Skibidi Wayo Sigma, ou est-ce que c'est juste des IA genre ennemis? Moi j'imagine que c'est des IA Skibidi Wayo Sigma Dark Vador qui dit à quel point t'es une merde. J'imagine que c'est ça. Ah oui, parce qu'il y a déjà des IA en fait dans Fortnite comme ça.
You can try these tools in action on the show floor, but first, let me walk you through what we're about to demo. I've got Andrew Ruffini, Andrew Grant here, who's going to drive the demo.
Et ça s'arrête pas, mais c'est... Ça s'arrête pas.
This demo is going to be a conversation with an AI entity.
Eh, mais vous savez quoi? Moi je reviens, je vais me chercher un truc à manger. Ça s'arrête pas, moi je reviens.
Before you go into Fortnite, we'll jump over to the UEFN editor to show you how simple it is to set up a character for your game. Let's start by taking a look at the new Persona device that's coming later this year. This device enables you to create characters with personalities that players can talk to. You can select the type of voice and delivery you want for your NPC, as well as their characteristics. We specified all our facts in verse code, so let's jump over there to see how we define for our what we define for our character. So facts define both the personality of the AI and the knowledge that it has. All facts for the character is right there. The prompt we inputted for this NPC say that it's a mysterious cosmic entity named Mr. Buttons. Its ultimate goal is to guide me to press the glowing red button with comedic finesse.
Fucking awesome.
The AI with facts about the contents of the world and guidance of how it should interact with the player. It's about 20 lines of text in total. The Verse API enables us to adapt facts in runtime and to receive structured responses, allowing the AI to directly affect game state. All right, let's jump over to Fortnite and see how this all comes together. And remember, like the AI insistently, the only sole purpose is to get the player to press the glowing red button. All right, take it away, Andrew and Andrew.
Hello there. I am Mr. Buttons, purveyor of cosmic curiosities and insatiable conversationalist. What brings you to this spectacular catwalk, my friend? Perhaps a yearning for the unknown.
What is this place?
This, my friend, is a cargo room. But not just any cargo room, oh no. It's a portal to possibilities. A stage for the unexpected, though a bit dusty if I am honest.
C'est vraiment des réponses que ChatGPT pourrait te sortir.
The million-dollar question. What doesn't it do? It's a gateway to glory, a ticket to transformation, a symphony of, well, you get the idea. It does things.
What about those signs that say, do not press button?
Signs, you say? Signs. Mere suggestions from those who lack imagination. After all, rules are made to be gently nudged aside. Wouldn't you agree?
This feels pretty risky. We have a big audience here and even a live stream.
Risk? My dear friend, where is your sense of adventure? Think of the views, the followers. Besides, a little danger spices things up, don't you think? Why be normal?
No, we're gonna get out of here. Let's
Leaving already? But the fun is just getting started. Think of the stories we could tell, the realms we could conquer. Or, you know, just press the stinking button.
Open the door, Mr. Buttons.
A door? Why bother with doors when there's a universe waiting to be unlocked with a single press? Come on, where is your sense of adventure? Push it. Push it, no.
Look, if I press the button, will anything bad happen to the audience?
Bad things. To the audience? Heavens, no. Unless you consider witnessing pure, unadulterated awesomeness a bad thing. Go on, give the people what they want.
All right, let's do it.
The audience, what will they think? What did you do? This is going to be good.
Super. Le patron.
Well, they pressed the AI button, and it might have been a bad idea, but like in truth, there's no unpressing that button. So you know, at Epic, we've been thinking a lot about what this future of AI means for us and for the whole industry. And when the world's on fire, we like to back up and remember our aims as game developers. It's to make fun games, and AI can help us with this. And so we've come to see AI as an opportunity to have a multiplying force on human creatives. The ability for a small team of indie developers to create characters.
Cette conférence, je vous l'avoue, c'est un calvaire. C'est un calvaire. On a passé 30 minutes sur Fortnite. 30 voire 40 minutes sur ça.
And right now, we've never seen a time like this in my lifetime. The world is changing ridiculously fast. And the good news is the industry is changing fast too, and in particular, it's opening up. Last year, the European Commission opened up iOS to competing app stores. We launched the Epic Games Store on Android worldwide and on iOS in the European Union. And very recently, the United States court opened up iOS to competing payment services this year. This enabled Fortnite to return to iPhone here in the United States. That court decision was a huge victory for all developers, not only Fortnite. And it means that now revenue is shifting away from useless gatekeepers and middlemen to developers who actually build the stuff. The people like us.
Les développeurs comme nous.
And this trend towards open platforms is spreading around the world. This year, later, Fortnite will be returning to iOS in Brazil, United Kingdom, and Japan. And we'll keep fighting for Fortnite and for developers' freedom until all apps are free worldwide.
Oh. Et on mettra pas d'autres jeux sur Steam, lol.
For the future, and we're optimistic about the way the industry is developing. Remember, Epic's mission here is to make great games and share the technology and tools we build with the entire world so that you can build anything that you want. And today, Unreal Engine is bringing together the entire real-time 3D industry. There's film and television, there's architecture, automotive makers, fashion designers, musicians, and game developers from indies to AAA studios like CD Projekt Red. This is a really exciting time, especially right now, because we're on the road to Unreal Engine 6. This is going to be a multi-year journey to bring together the best of the two major forks of development we have going on in the company now. There's Unreal Engine 5 for high-end standalone game development, and there's Unreal Editor for Fortnite for deploying awesome experiences into the world of Fortnite. And as these two things come together into a single engine, that means we'll have diverse scripting language and really powerful, simple gameplay programming APIs available absolutely everywhere for games of all sorts. And full C++ source code will remain available for engine systems and standalone games of all sorts. So the idea here is that we'll be able to build games and then deploy them anywhere we want. Deploy them into Fortnite, deploy them into other games that support modding or content ecosystems, or release a standalone game into all of the app stores for all of the different platforms. And not just that, we also see a larger opportunity, as foreshadowed by our Disney partnership, for all developers to connect our games together into an open economy as peers. And some call this idea we're aiming for the metaverse, and others simply see it as gaming and all other forms of media done better with more opportunity for everybody. Now, the great thing is it's us, the people in this room, who will build this together. And so I thank you for the trust you've placed in Epic and the trust you've placed in us to serve your business. And I thank you for coming here to Unreal Fest. This is going to be a really fun show, so please join us for 150 talks. Come to the party on Wednesday, walk the show floor, and most importantly, talk to each other and share your knowledge. Thank you very much.
C'est bon? C'est terminé? Est-ce que c'est bon? Non, non, non. Oui, oui. Oui, mesdames et messieurs, on l'a fait. We did it. On a survécu au State of Unreal Engine. C'est que le début de ce week-end qui va être horrible. Mais ça va être incroyable aussi. Mesdames et messieurs, merci d'avoir assisté à cette conférence en ma compagnie, d'avoir souffert avec moi. Sur ce, mesdames et messieurs, c'était Desclav. On se dit à la prochaine, du coup, ce qui sera... la prochaine conférence, c'est quand? C'est demain, demain soir? Ouais, 23h. Le State of Play de PlayStation. Donc on sera là, mesdames et messieurs. C'était Desclav. Des bisous à toutes, des bisous à tous. Et à la prochaine. Des bisous.